March 2020, a cloudy afternoon. The hotel lobby, once filled with the murmur of tourists and the scent of fresh linen, now feels hollow. The chandelier lights flicker over empty chairs. She stands behind the reception desk, her name tag catching the last light of the day, My Guest Relations. A message pings on her phone. All staff, please gather in the main hall. Her heart tightens. Around her, colleagues exchange glances, quiet, uneasy. The world outside has already slowed down. The news says pandemic, closures, uncertainty. But none of that feels real until this moment. The manager steps forward, holding a thin stack of papers. His voice trembles as he speaks. "We're very sorry. The hotel will close temporarily. We can't afford to keep everyone." The words hang in the air, heavy and sterile. Temporarily. But everyone knows what that means. Mai doesn't cry. She just nods, her fingers cold against the edge of the counter. The same counter where she once smiled to welcome guests, where she'd folded maps and handed out key cards. Now, it feels like she's handing over a part of herself she'll never get back. One by one, her co-workers drift out. Someone laughs nervously. Someone else whispers, "What will we do now?" The manager avoids her eyes. She stands alone for a moment longer, watching the revolving glass door turn slowly, as if the building is breathing for the last time. Outside, rain begins to fall, tapping against the glass with small, impatient sounds. She presses her palm to the surface, feeling the coolness of the world she's no longer part of. When she steps out into the drizzle, the city feels different. The traffic is thinner, the air smells faintly of rain and exhaust. She walks toward the bus stop, holding the envelope with her final paycheck. Her hands tremble slightly, not from cold, but from the silence that has replaced the noise of her days. The bus arrives, half empty. She sits by the window, watching raindrops chase each other down the glass. Somewhere in the reflection, she sees herself, eyes tired, lipstick smudged, uniform still perfectly pressed. She whispers almost to herself, "So this is what it feels like, to start from nothing." The city lights blur outside, and for the first time in years, there is no plan, no schedule. No reason to wake up early tomorrow, only a quiet, endless space ahead, waiting for her to fill it with something new. Morning light spills through the thin curtains of her rented room. Dust floats lazily in the air, slow, aimless, weightless. It's been 12 days since the layoff. Her uniform still hangs by the door, ironed, untouched. The tag that once said My Guest Relations catches the light like a small ghost of her old life. She keeps thinking she might need it again. Maybe the hotel will reopen. Maybe they'll call. But her phone stays silent. She scrolls through job listings that all say the same thing. Experience required, position on hold. Due to COVID-19, recruitment is temporarily suspended. Temporary. Again, that word. She starts to hate it. Temporary feels like forever when you're stuck in it. The city outside is quiet too. No tourists, no taxis. Just the hum of ceiling fans and the faint echo of motorbikes on empty streets. She spends her mornings staring out the window, her afternoons lying on the bed, her nights wondering how long savings can last. Sometimes she laughs quietly, a dry, tired laugh, thinking about how she used to dream of promotion, of better clothes, of traveling. Now she just dreams of a phone call. One evening, she opens her drawer and finds her college diploma. The paper has yellowed slightly around the edges. She runs her finger along her name. 4 years of study. Endless nights memorizing English vocabulary, hotel protocols, customer service scripts. And yet, she can't even serve herself a reason to get out of bed. She wonders if her degree means anything now, or if all it proves is that she once believed the world was predictable. The electricity flickers that night. She sits in the dark, the only light coming from her laptop screen. On it, her resume glows faintly, a neat list of achievements that suddenly feels like fiction. Her throat tightens. There's no audience for this version of her, no manager to impress, no uniform to hide behind. She whispers to the empty room, "Who am I if I'm not useful to anyone?" Outside, thunder rolls across the city. Rain starts again, tapping softly on the tin roof. She lies down, listening to it. The rhythm reminds her of footsteps, people still moving, still going somewhere, and she wonders when her steps will matter again. The sky is still dark when the phone rings. It's her mother. The voice on the other end is soft but firm, the kind of voice that doesn't ask, just decides. "Come home, Mai. Help me sell bread for a while. You can't stay like this." At first, she wants to refuse. Bread. After all those years studying English, memorizing hotel scripts, serving guests from across the world, she's supposed to sell bread. But then she looks around the room, half-packed boxes, a fridge with only water and soy sauce, a silent phone. There's nothing left to say no to. The next morning, she's on the early bus out of the city. The windows are fogged, the dawn light gray and uncertain. The bus hums along the old highway past fields still wet with dew. When she finally steps off, the air smells of earth and something familiar, home. Her mother's small house sits near the corner of the market street. The bread cart stands by the gate, old and rusted, the paint peeling. A small blue tarp covers the top, tied with frayed ropes. The air smells of pâté, butter, and cilantro. It's the scent of her childhood of mornings before school, when her mother would tuck a warm sandwich into her hand. Now she's standing behind that same cart holding the knife, slicing bread for the first time in years. Her fingers feel clumsy. The sound of the knife cutting through the crust crunch. Crunch is almost too loud. People pass by. Some slow down, surprised. One woman squints, smiles awkwardly. "Is that you, Mai? You're back? Selling bread now, huh?" Mai forces a smile. "Just helping my mom for a while." The woman nods, walks off, whispering something to a friend. Mai pretends not to hear, but the words stay anyway, sitting heavy inside her chest. By noon, her back aches. The smell of pork and butter clings to her hair. She counts the few bills they earned and feels both proud and embarrassed. It's not much, but it's something. That night, after cleaning up, she sits on the porch beside her mother. The sky above the neighborhood is full of stars, the kind she never noticed in the city. Her mother wipes her hands on a towel, looks at her gently. "You did well today." Mai nods. She wants to believe it. But when she goes to bed, she cries quietly into her pillow. Not because the day was hard, but because she's afraid this is all her life will ever be. The next morning, before the sun rises, she's back at the cart again. The street is still asleep, but the smell of bread begins to bloom through the air, warm, comforting, alive. Somewhere in that scent, something small begins to shift inside her, something she doesn't yet understand. By the second week, her body learns the rhythm, the muscle memory of survival. Wake at 4:15, boil the pâté, slice the cucumbers thin, toast the loaves until the crust turns gold. The mornings are always the same. Cool air, the hiss of butter hitting the pan, roosters echoing from somewhere down the alley. She ties her hair up, slips on the apron her mother stitched from an old bedsheet, and rolls the cart out to the sidewalk. The first customers come early construction workers, security guards, the woman from the fruit stall across the street. They greet her mother by name, nod politely at her. To them, she's just the daughter helping out. She hands over sandwiches, counts change, forces smiles that feel a little less heavy each day. But some mornings are harder than others. There are days when the bread burns, when the gas runs out, when rain soaks through the tarp and the customers disappear. And on those mornings, she feels it all, the ache in her hands, the sting of humiliation, the ghost of who she used to be. Once, two girls from her old class passed by, both in office uniforms, both laughing with coffees in hand. They didn't notice her at first. Then one of them froze. "Mai, is that you? Oh my God, you look so different." She smiled the same customer service smile she used at the hotel. "Yeah, just helping my mom." They wished her luck and walked away, whispering as they went. When they were gone, she felt her throat tighten. But that night, while cleaning up, her mother said softly, "You know, the same girls who laughed today might eat your bread tomorrow. The world turns fast, Khan." Mai didn't answer, but the words stayed. Weeks pass. Her hands toughen. Her shoulders stop hurting. The morning crowd grows familiar, the same faces, the same small talks. There's the old man who always asks for extra chili, the shy student who never looks up when ordering, the bus driver who waves from across the street shouting, "2 with egg, 1 without." And something inside her begins to change. She starts adjusting recipes, experimenting with sauces. She saves enough to buy fresher ingredients. Her cart smells better, looks cleaner. Customers begin to notice. "Your bread tastes different now," one man says. "Better." She smiles a real smile this time. It's not pride, not yet, but it's the feeling of doing something right, even if no one's watching. Each night she falls asleep exhausted, hands smelling of garlic and soy. But her sleep is deep, solid, different from the restless nights in the city, because now, at least, she knows what tomorrow will look like. The cart, the bread, the faces that return. And in that repetition, in that ordinary, sweaty, unglamorous rhythm, something beautiful is quietly taking root. Respect. It happens on a morning that begins like any other. Gray sky, damp air, the smell of rain sitting heavy over the street. She wakes before the alarm, as always. The city is still half asleep when she opens the door and pulls the cart outside. Her mother's already boiling payday, steam curling into the dawn. They work side by side in silence, the kind of silence that only exists between people who have shared both love and struggle. Then, halfway through the morning rush, the sky breaks open. Rain, sudden, sharp, relentless. People scatter, clutching their umbrellas. She and her mother scramble to cover the bread, but the wind tears through the tarp. The cart lurches forward, wheels slipping on the wet pavement. She grips the handle, shouting, "Hold on!" But the cart tips slightly, bread spilling onto the ground, sauce dripping down the side. Her mother gasps, and for a brief, terrible second, it feels like the first day all over again. The helplessness, the shame, the why me. Rain soaks her hair, her apron, her trembling hands. For a moment, she wants to run, just walk away and never look back. But then, a man from the nearby noodle stall runs over, grabbing one side of the cart. The old bus driver leaves his seat under the awning and helps lift it upright. A teenage boy holds an umbrella over her mother's head. Voices rise through the rain. "Careful with that side. It's okay. We'll fix it." Within minutes, the chaos turns into something else. Laughter, teamwork, kindness. When the cart finally steadies, she stands there, soaked to the bone, breathless. And suddenly, she's crying. Not the quiet kind of crying she did at night, but loud, messy tears that carry everything. Exhaustion, gratitude, relief. Her mother hugs her tight. "See, you're not alone, Con." That evening, after the storm clears, the street glows with puddles reflecting the neon lights. She wipes down the cart, carefully polishing the metal handle, the same one that slipped in her hands that morning. Now, firm, steady, shining. Across the street, the noodle seller waves goodnight. She waves back, smiling through tired eyes. For the first time, she sees her cart differently, not as a sign of failure, but as proof she stood her ground when the rain came. She realizes something that almost feels sacred. She may have lost her old job, but she has found her place again, not inside a hotel lobby, but here, on this noisy, imperfect street where people still look out for one another. As she locks the cart and turns off the light, she whispers to herself, "Maybe this is where I was meant to be all along." The rain starts again, softer now, but this time, she doesn't run for cover. She lets it fall warm, forgiving, alive. By the next year, the rhythm of her life has changed completely. No alarms, no managers, no polite smiles for strangers who don't remember her name. Just mornings filled with the smell of baking bread and the quiet laughter of familiar faces. Her hands, once soft from desk work, now bear small burns and scars, proof of work that matters. Every scar tells a story. The first batch that failed, the day the gas ran out mid-rush, the morning she learned to shape dough by instinct, not recipe. She's no longer the girl who counted hours until her shift ended. Now she counts how many loaves she can make before sunrise. Her cart, the same rusty one she once hated, has been painted anew, pale yellow with a bright red stripe. Her mother insisted on flowers along the edge, and though Mai laughed, she secretly loved them. The sign above reads, "Tiem Mi and Khan Mother and Daughter Bakery." Word spread fast, not because of ads, not because of luck, but because every sandwich that left that cart carried something more than taste. It carried care. Truck drivers, students, office workers, they all came. Some even waited in line before dawn. The woman from the fruit stall now greets her with, "Morning, boss lady." She laughs, embarrassed, but there's pride behind it now. At night, after the last customer leaves, she sits outside the shop with her mother. They share tea from a chipped cup, watching the lights dim across the street. Her mother says, "You've done well, Mai." And this time, she doesn't argue. She just smiles. She remembers all those nights in her rented room, the silence, the shame, the fear of being forgotten. It feels like another lifetime. She once thought success meant wearing a uniform and speaking fluent English to foreign guests. Now she understands success is waking up and knowing she has something worth waking for. She still keeps her hotel name tag in a small box under the counter, not as a reminder of loss, but of how far she's come. Sometimes she opens it, runs a finger over the faded letters and whispers, "Thank you for ending, so this could begin." As the evening breeze drifts through the street, she steps back inside to clean the counter. The last bit of light catches on the glass jars filled with pickled carrots and cucumbers. Everything glows golden. The air smells of fresh bread and butter, a scent she's come to love more than perfume. Tomorrow will be another early morning, another long day, but for the first time in her life, she doesn't dread it. Because this time, the work is hers. The life is hers. And as she locks the door and turns off the light, the quiet hum of the refrigerator feels almost like a heartbeat, steady, alive, her own. Dawn breaks soft and golden. A faint mist hangs over the street, carrying the scent of warm bread and the distant sound of a rooster from some unseen yard. Inside the small shop, light spills gently across the tiled floor, touching the glass jars, the trays of dough lined neatly by the oven. Mai hums a tune she doesn't remember learning. It's one of those small, wordless songs that come only when the heart is light. Her hands move with quiet certainty. Slice, spread, fold, wrap each motion a rhythm she has earned through repetition, failure, and love. Outside, the first customers are already waiting. The bus driver waves from across the road. The young student yawns and checks her phone. An old man leans on his bicycle, smiling at the smell that seeps into the morning air. She unlocks the door and calls out, "Good morning." And just like that, the day begins. The line forms quickly. Coins clink. Voices overlap. She laughs when someone jokes about her famous sauce. Her mother passes her ingredients with practiced ease, two bodies moving as one. It's chaotic, warm, human. Between orders, Mai glances up at the small sign above the counter, Tiem Mi and Khan. The edges of the letters are worn from the sun, but she doesn't mind. Perfection was never the goal. Meaning was. She remembers the first day, the shame, the rain, the whispers. Now, all of it feels like a necessary chapter in a story that had to unfold exactly this way. The struggle didn't just feed her, it shaped her. When the rush finally slows, she steps outside with a cup of tea. The street is alive, scooters buzzing, children laughing, vendors shouting greetings. The world hasn't changed much. But she has. She looks at the car to the old one still parked at the side of the shop. Its paint is chipped, its wheels squeak, but she can't bear to throw it away. It's her first teacher, her first stage. Her proof that starting over is not a step backward, it's a different road entirely. A gentle breeze lifts the scent of bread into the air. She takes a slow breath, closes her eyes, and lets the warmth settle in her chest. For the first time in years, she isn't thinking about what comes next. Not about money, not about status, not even about success. She's simply here, whole, present, alive. A customer calls out from the door, "One more, Miss Mai. Extra butter this time." She laughs, wipes her hands on her apron, and turns back inside. The morning light catches her face as she moves confident, calm, reborn. And as the oven hums softly behind her, the sound is almost like applause, quiet, steady, and endlessly real.